Daf Yomi, tractate Bava Batra, page 131a, top of the page, with the words Migmar Nami, Daf Kuf Lamed Aleph, Amud Aleph, with the words Migmar Nami Lo Tigmrumi Ne. Migmar Nami Lo Tigmrumi Ne, De'ain L'dayan Ella Ma She'ein Avro'os. But do not learn from it either as a judge has only what his eyes see as the basis for his ruling. One must rule according to his own understanding. Boy Rava raises a dilemma. Bivari heach ki kamar Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka b'shchiv mira devar orosaihu aval bivari lo. Odilma afilu bivari nami. Rava raises a dilemma. In the case of a healthy person who bequeaths his estate to one of his sons, how should the court rule? Should it be reasoned that when Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka says that the bequeathal is valid, he said so specifically with regard to the case of a person on his deathbed? A shchiv meirah, since he is capable of bequeathal, as the verse says, in the day that he causes his sons to inherit, Deuteronomy 21:16, from which the validity of his bequeathal is derived, is referring specifically to the time of one's death. But in the case of a healthy person, he did not say his ruling, or perhaps he stated his ruling even in the case of a healthy person. Amar le Rab Misharshi le Rava Tashema. De Amar lo Rab Nasan le Rabbi Shni sa Mishnaschem ke Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka. Ditnan lo kasev la benin dichrin de Yehoin lich minai inun yirsun kesef kisuv taich yoiser al chaluko hoin deim achoin chayov shetanai bezdinhu. Rav Misharshia said to Rava, "Come and hear a resolution of your dilemma from a Brita." Rabbi Natan said to Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi, "You taught in your Mishnah in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka, as we learned in a Mishnah in Ketubot 52b. If the husband did not write for her in her marriage contract, any male children you will have from me will inherit the money of your marriage contract in addition to their portion of the inheritance that they receive together with their brothers. He is nevertheless obligated as though he had written it, as it is a stipulation of the court, and consequently takes effect even if it is not explicitly stated. This Mishnah is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka that one may add to the share of some of his sons at the expense of the others. V'amar lo Rabbi Yizbun Tinan. And Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi said to him, "We did not learn that the male children she has from him will inherit the money of the marriage contract. That version is not accurate. Rather, we learned that they will take the money of the marriage contract as a gift. When a bequeathal is worded in this manner, it is valid in any event, as stated in the previous Mishnah, 126b. V'amar Rabbi Yaldus Haisabi v'ha'asti panai Benasan habavli el de kaimalon benin dichrin lo tarafa mish abdi I salkadaitach yizbun tinan amai lo trafa mi mishabdi elamina yirtun tinan." The Brita continues, and Rabbi Yehuda Hanasi later retracted his response and said, "My response was because of immaturity that I had in me, and I was insolent in the presence of Rabbi Natan the Babylonian by responding in a manner that is incorrect. It is incorrect for the following reason. But since we maintain that concerning an obligation detailed in a marriage document ensuring inheritance rights of a woman's male children, the beneficiaries do not repossess lien property that has been sold, one can infer that they do not receive the money as a gift. as if it enters your mind that we learned in the Mishnah that they will take the money as a gift. Why don't they repossess lien property? The gift was given to them before the property was sold to others. Rather, conclude from this claim that we learned in the Mishnah that they will inherit the money. Man shamasle deisle hasavara Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka ushmamina afilu vibari. Rabbi Misharshia concludes, of whom have you heard that he holds this opinion that one can add to the inheritance of some of his sons at the expense of others? It is the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, and conclude from the Mishnah in Ketubot that his ruling applies even with regard to a healthy person, as one does not write a marriage contract on his deathbed. This resolves Rava's dilemma. Amar le Rav Papa le Abaye bein man de Amar Yizbun ubein man de Amar Yirtun ha'ena damakne davar shlo ba'olam. Rav Papa said to Abaye, how can one prove that the Mishnah in Tractate Ketubot is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, whether according to the one who says that the correct version of the Mishnah is they will take, and whether according to the one who says the correct version of the Mishnah is they will inherit. The Mishnah is difficult for the following reason. A person cannot transfer ownership of an entity that has not yet come into the world. How can the husband confer rights to his property to children that have yet to be born? Rabbi Meir damar adam makne davar shlo ba'olam hanimili ledavar sheyeshno ba'olam aval davar she'eino ba'olam lo. Rav Papa explains, and even according to Rabbi Meir, who says that a person can transfer ownership of an entity that has not yet come into the world. This statement applies specifically in a case where he transfers the item to an entity, meaning a person that is in the world. But with regard to transferring ownership of an item to an entity that is not yet in the world, for example, to his children that have yet to be born, this statement does not apply. Therefore, the ruling of the Mishnah is difficult according to all opinions. Elotzanai Bezdin Shani Hacham Nami Tanai Bezdin Shani. Rav Papa explains, rather evidently a stipulation of the court is different, since this clause of the marriage contract was instituted by rabbinic ordinance. It is not subject to the standard halachot of transferring property, and one can transfer ownership of an item to an entity that is not yet in the world. Accordingly, here too, with regard to the dispute between Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka and the rabbis, a stipulation of the court is different, and even according to the rabbis who disagree with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka, one can bequeath the money of his wife's marriage contract to the male children she will have from him in any manner he chooses. Consequently, there is no proof that the Mishnah is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka. Amar le mishum deka mapik le bilshon yirdun. Abaye said to him, the assertion that the Mishnah is in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka is due to the fact that it expresses his bequeathal with the wording they will inherit as opposed to they will take. This indicates that a person can normally apportion his inheritance to his sons in any manner he wishes, in accordance with the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan ben Broka. Hadar Amar Abaye Lav Milsahi de Amri Detnan Lo Kasav La Benan Nukvan Diahavan Lichi Minai Yahavian Yasvan Bebesi Vietaznan Minichsai Ad Des Lakhan Ligvarin Chayav Shehu Tanai Bezdin. Abaya then said, that which I said is not correct. The expression, they will inherit, is appropriate even according to the rabbis, who disagree with Rabbi Yochanan ben Baroka, as we learned in the continuation of that Mishnah, that even if the husband did not write for his wife, any female children you will have from me will sit in my house and be sustained from my property until they are taken by men, meaning until they are married. He is nevertheless obligated as though he had written it. As two is a stipulation of the court. And since these two clauses are written adjacent to each other in the marriage contract, it is effectively a case where one bequeaths his estate to two people. To this one, the daughters as a gift, and to that one, the sons as an inheritance. And in any case where one bequeaths his estate to this person as an inheritance and to that person as a gift, even the rabbis concede that the bequest is valid even if it is to people who are not his heirs, as it is considered a gift with regard to both recipients. Amar le Rav Nachumi v'is Amar Rav Chananya bar Minyomi labaya. Rav Nachumi, and some say it was Rav Chananya bar Minyomi. You can see they can be conflated, I guess, right? Chananya bar Minyomi and Nachumi. They both have the same kind of flow to it. Rav Nachumi and Rav Chananya bar Minyomi. Amar Rav Nachumi v'is Amar Rav Chananya bar Minyomi. I like it. Okay, that's the end of this Amud. I'm really getting into that. I'm starting to enjoy it.